Hey, what's up guys? I'm back again for yet another movie review, and I've kind of noticed that the month of July has been packed with more indie films than big budget blockbusters. I mean, we have Spider-Man Far From Home and The Lion King that I can think of. That's about it. So I've been trying to get around to seeing all these indie films. I saw a few recently. The first one I'm going to talk about is Midsommar. Midsommar is the latest film to come out by A24 Productions, and it's directed by Ari Aster, the guy who directed Hereditary. Say what you want about Hereditary. I know some people loved it, some people hate it. I thought it was just alright. I mean, it had me for the first 2/3, and then the last act just got completely goofy and over the top, so I was kind of iffy about seeing this film. So Midsommar is about a girl named Dani. She recently suffered a family tragedy. A few months after this family tragedy, Dani's boyfriend and their group of friends get invited by their friend Pele to celebrate this midsummer solstice. This celebration only takes place every 90 years. So the group of friends are like, whatever, I want to enjoy something new. Fast forward a little bit, Dani, her boyfriend, Pele, the guy who invited all of them, and the rest of the group arrive at this commune. I can't really say anything else just to keep the mystery factor for you guys, but let's just say this. What they thought they were getting into at the commune was not what they expected. I want to talk about the characters before I talk about anything else. An actress by the name of Florence Pugh plays Dani. If you guys haven't really recognized that name, she hasn't been in too much, but earlier this year she was in the highly successful and highly entertaining film Fighting With My Family. And I'll be honest, she did a good job in this film. I mean, for what it was, I was entertained by her. I felt for her character at times, and the amount of stress and just hardships she encounters in this film and has to deal with is crazy. The director did a good job of portraying that. Dani has a boyfriend in this film played by Jack Reynor, and he was in Transformers: Age of Extinction. He's probably the worst actor I've seen in a while. I mean, he is terrible in this film, and half the time it looks like he's doing improv or so. I don't know. It's just he's not selling his lines at all, and it just seems really awkward. It doesn't help that his character's a dick from the start, so you don't really care about him or whatever he does either. Will Poulter's in this film. He plays a guy by the name of Mark. He's a friend to Dani and Chris and the rest of these group of guys. So if you guys do not recognize this dude, I don't know how you can't recognize him. He was in We're the Millers, the Maze Runner movies. If you haven't seen him in those, you might have seen him in Netflix's Bandersnatch. He's the comedic relief in this film, and I actually didn't mind him. Some of his lines didn't land, but for the most part, I was really entertained by his character. It's kind of weird though. A lot of the scenes he's in, he's saying one-liners and goofy stuff, but he's not pictured on camera. He's like off to the side or just not shown. Like maybe he didn't show up for filming that day, so it was just like, oh yeah, whatever, we'll just throw the lines in later. No one will know. Alright, so before I tell you guys what I think about the film, let it be known that I'm kind of hit or miss with A24 Productions. I loved The Green Room. If you guys haven't seen that movie, definitely check it out. It's one of the coolest thriller/horror type films. It's hard to kind of categorize that one. And I also love Swiss Army Man. It was such a unique idea, and Paul Dano and Daniel Radcliffe did an amazing job. It was so out there. And I love weird stuff like that. But not this one. This movie was absolute dog shit. So you remember when I told you Hereditary, in my opinion, the last act kind of got goofy for me? Well, the first third of this film was a cool setup, I will admit. Some of the characters seemed stupid. I only really cared about Dani. But the first third, it was a decent enough setup for me to be interested. I was like, okay, I want to see where this is going. The last 2/3 of Midsommar were complete garbage. And what the hell? Slow burn horror films, they're fine with me. I've seen a decent amount of slow burn films, and I can enjoy them. This was freaking 2.5 hours long. Oh my god. They're starting out in the beginning by showing you this commune, showing these tribe of people, and kind of like in the beginning of The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings, when they're showing all the hobbits in the Shire, how they live, how they enjoy life, how they're just content with relaxing. And that's what they do for this. Except they do it for another damn hour. Like imagine like an hour and a half, 2 hours of setup for this commune. Jesus, they could have easily cut out an hour of this film. There's certain scenes where one of their group of friends goes off with one of the village girls. Okay? He hasn't been back for a while. I wonder where he has gone. A few minutes later, another village person comes. And one of their other friends goes with that village person. Huh. That person has been gone for a while. I wonder where they went. And like, they keep doing that over and over again. I'm just like, how dumb are these people? Like, they're already uneasy enough going to a completely foreign commune where they have no idea what their beliefs are, what their traditions are, what they even do really. So, I mean, if I was there, I would already feel like super uneasy and nervous. And this movie was predictable as hell too. Me and my friend had a little back and forth where we would kind of guess the next step of this movie. And 2/3 of the time, I was right. So I just want to talk about Ari Aster for a sec. Like, I don't know what kind of messed up head this dude has, but regardless, some of the time it works. Like, he is very good at visual horror. Now, when I say that, I mean something you're looking at that's visually just terrifying and disgusting. Not any jump scares or any predictable like scare tactics or things like that. But he is very good at visual horror. When I see something, I'm creeped out and I feel really awkward and uneasy. Same thing with Hereditary. There wasn't many jump scares with that either. There was just a lot of visual horror, and props to him for that. But oh my god, there was so much humor in this film that wasn't intended to be funny. It just came off as like weird and awkward, and I couldn't help but laugh. There's a scene in this film that's basically a straight up porno, and I'm sorry, but I don't need to see a naked 70-year-old woman in a film. I don't need to see a dude's schlong flopping around left and right. Come on. Alright, I'm just gonna wrap this up before I accidentally give any more mild spoilers. The setup for the film was good. The visual horror of the film was good. Florence Pugh, I enjoyed her in this film. But the other 2/3 of this movie were complete dog shit. All the other actors were downright terrible. All these people in this commune, like I said, if you were there, you probably wouldn't be laughing, but us as the viewer, it's coming off as unintentionally funny to us, and it's what ruins the film for me. The predictability of this movie was ridiculous. And oh my god, the runtime was the worst part. Guys, in the end, skip this movie. Do not go pay to see this at all. Don't even go on $5 Tuesday or whatever exclusive offer your local theater has. This is by far the worst film I've seen all year. I don't know how some people are praising this, saying this is amazing and like a transcendent experience. Midsommar gets a 2.5 out of 10.